What if someone came up to you and told you, hey, you have 700 days in a Minecraft hardcore world and you have to do something cool? What would you do? Would you build a castle? Maybe try to do all the achievements in the game? Perhaps you would try to trap one of every type of mob and create some sort of zoo. Well, that didn't happen to me. No one came up to me and was like, hey, you gotta do something in 700 days of Minecraft. Because I probably just would have been like, what? Who are you? Get out of my house. Get out of my house. But I did want to build something really cool. And basically, I just underestimated how long it would take me. With that being said, though, let me take you back 700 days to the beginning of this crazy project. And when I say day one, I mean day one of the project, not day one of the world. We're on like day 2000 of the world. So the plan is actually pretty simple. First, we're going to build a mountain, and then we're going to build a coliseum on top of that mountain. So the whole thing should look like this, you know, roughly. Maybe a little bit more like this would be nice, but I don't know how it's gonna go. We'll see. Now, complications arise due to the sheer size that I want to make this build. There's no specific scale, but I just want to make it really big. So, for example, the mountain itself, I'm guessing is gonna take well over 100,000 stone. Now, little complexities like that, like how do you get your hands on 100,000 stone easily? Is there an easy way to do it? All that stuff is what makes this so-called simple project a little less simple than you might think. That being said, I suppose the first thing we should do is find out where we want to actually build this thing. High limit for building is 319 blocks, and as cool as it would be to have a coliseum in the sky like this, we're gonna have to build the thing a little below high limit, or else we wouldn't be able to build it. But I'm guessing we'll have the mountain go up to somewhere right about there-ish. I'm guessing, yeah, we'll have the mountain go all the way up to there. It'll be kind of like a circular mountain. Then we'll put the circular coliseum on top. But I don't know if you'll be able to see the coliseum unless it's gigantic. Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know. I don't know about this. This is gonna be huge. We're gonna have to build a mountain. Like a big one, like that. Most of this mountain is gonna be made out of stone. So I'm definitely gonna need a stone generator. Behind me are two of probably the most common stone generators in Minecraft. You have this one, where you have water flowing into this hole and lava meeting it, and you get, I guess you gotta stand closer. You get cobblestone like this. It's extremely slow. I'm pretty sure you only use it in like skyblock. Also, I guess it's a cobblestone generator. I've been calling it a stone generator, but it only generates cobblestone. So regardless, we can't use it for about 100 different reasons. And then there's this pretty simple design. By the way, all the designs for farms and stuff that I use in the video will be in the description. It's just a simple water lava design where the lava falls on top of the water and turns it into stone. If you come to the side, you can mine it and you can see the lava is consistently meeting the water and making stone. And then the stone just gets gathered in these chests right here. If you use a silk touch pickaxe, you'll get stone. If you don't, you'll get cobblestone. It's definitely faster than the skyblock one. I don't know how many you get per minute. I guess I could just count for you guys. All right, that was 1 minute. We got 40, 80, 81 in a minute. I mean, it's not bad by any means, especially since this isn't like an efficiency pickaxe or anything like that. But we're definitely gonna need something a little bit beefier. All right, it's been a little while, but I've done some research, gathered some materials, and found a design I think might just work. You literally can't even use this thing properly without a fully powered haste mining 2 beacon. And I only have 1 beacon, so I guess I'm stripping this one out of my house. No way. Oh my goodness, I built this thing underneath the cube? I'm just breaking a hole in this cube, I'll be honest with you. For those who don't know, for a beacon to work, it needs to have a clear, non-obstructed path to the sky. And this big old cube thing I built is above the beacon right now. So I gotta clear out a hole so the beacon can see the sky and work. Haste 2. Sweet. Alright everyone, so we went from this stone generator to its older brother. Boom. I named her the Industrial Revolution. Hopefully it works. Hopefully it works. I'm still not like a redstone guy, so you know, it was all tutorials and whatnot. But let's give it a try. The whole concept is it has these rows of stone in 4 different areas, and with pistons it pushes them into the front, and you can mine them, and then it pushes the next row, and you can mine it, and then the next row, and the next row, and supposedly it's pretty fast. Also, I put a little collection system in, so hopefully all of these double chests will get filled up with stone like they're supposed to. We have haste 2, we have efficiency 5 on our silk touch pickaxe. So let's give it a shot. Well, crap. Alright, let's try it now. Oh my goodness, it's working. It's working. Let's go. You can see how the rows of stone are getting pushed into where I'm mining. And as you should be able to hear, it's going pretty fast. If you're wondering what I did wrong, don't use sea lanterns under anywhere where you need redstone to go, because sea lantern is a block that does not allow a redstone signal to go through. Trust me, believe me when I say I'm not a redstone guy, but the more you know. So we did that for about 15 seconds. Let's go check the collection system. We can probably make this area look a little bit nicer. 38, 64, 34, 47. I also went a little crazy with the hoppers. Now, as much as I would just like to spam the Industrial Revolution until we have enough stone to build a mountain, it's not quite that simple, because the Silk Touch Netherite pickaxe will quickly run out of durability mining that much stone and break. But that's where step 2 comes in, or maybe step 3. I'm not entirely sure where we're at right now. To solve the issue of durability, we're going to build an XP farm next to the stone generator. Now, this isn't going to be just any XP farm. This is going to be a zombie piglin XP farm. Now, the only problem we run into is, okay, well, not the only problem. The first problem we run into is zombie piglins obviously live in the nether, and this stone generator is in the overworld. So in order for this farm to work, we need the nether to be loaded at the same time as the overworld. Those are two different dimensions. As most of you probably know, in a world where there's only one player, multiple dimensions are not loaded in at the same time. If you are in the overworld is loaded, and if you are in the nether is loaded. Now, as far as I know, there are two ways to solve this issue. One, we can somehow be in two places at the same time, or two, we can build a chunk loader. We're gonna actually go with the first one and try to be in two places at the same time, because in my opinion, that actually sounds a little bit easier. And what makes it so easy is the fact that I have two Minecraft accounts. So if I open this world to land, then boom, we're in. Now my second account will spawn in at spawn chunk, which is roughly 10,000 blocks, not 10,000 miles, can you imagine? 10,000 blocks from my base, which is still pretty far. So I'm gonna fly all the way back to spawn, drop off a little care package full of rockets and some elytra, fly back, and then on that account, fly back to my base again. Hey, what's good, myself? I'm talking to myself right now. Now that we've solved the problem of being in two places at the same time, we can start to actually build the XP farm. So yeah, let's give this a little test to see if it works. So if this works properly, I can throw a number of items into any of these hoppers. Now they will get sorted down the line. Anything that is a gold nugget will get sifted down into these hoppers and placed in all of these chests. Anything that is not will get incinerated, if it works like it's supposed to. But when I build things, I don't count on them working the way they're supposed to the first time around. Let's throw in some stone slabs, a couple pieces of iron, some nuggets here, some nuggets here, a little log, a redstone, and one arrow. Now, yes, some stuff definitely got incinerated. The arrow actually shot, which I forgot would happen. Now if we go down, the nuggets that we put in should be all the way down here. Did I put 9 in? I feel like I put about 9 in. Sweet, it actually works. Now we've built the stone generator and a way to filter out gold. Now for the hardest step, building the actual farm part of the farm. Now the farm needs to be built in the nether, but more specifically on the roof of the nether, which is separated from the rest of the nether by a pretty serious layer of the indestructible block bedrock. However, there is a way around this, or should I say, there is a way through this. When you're in the nether, if you dig up to the highest point of bedrock that you can find in the nether roof, which I believe is Y level 127, grab some ladders, climb up to the very top. You gotta aim your ender pearl throw the right direction, and if you do all that correctly, you might just be able to phase onto the roof of the nether. Okay, so I believe it was this block here. I believe it was the block that the torch is on. Is where I came up from underneath the roof of the nether. Now it's important to keep track of what block we came up from, because that's how we're going to get back down to. Now of course you could just make a nether portal up here and go that way, but I think there's a much cooler way. And it involves breaking a piece of bedrock. Using a few simple materials that you can gather rather easily, you can make a bedrock breaking machine. However, it doesn't come without risk. This process involves exploding TNT very close to yourself, so if you're not careful, you can blow yourself up. And in a hardcore world, that's kind of the last thing we want to do right now. At the precise moment the TNT explodes, you need to replace a piston, and if done correctly, it will remove one block of bedrock. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get under here, flip that switch. It's going to ignite the, whoops, let's hopefully not do that. It's going to ignite the TNT. I'm going to come right here, spam place a piston, and hopefully the TNT will explode. I'll be able to place the piston through some series of events. It breaks bedrock. Let's do this. You know what? Screw it. We have 10 enchanted golden apples. I'm not trying to die right now. Let's, okay. Boom. Oh, crap. All right, let's do this. Let me practice. Boom. It's different because I have swift sneak. I think is why I'm going faster. So I'm not used to it. But up. Just like that. Let's see if it worked. Please have worked. Hey, let's go. We broke bedrock and now we have a way up to the nether. Now earlier I built above the hoppers of the sorting system that we made, and suspended in the sky I made a nether portal. Now I want this nether portal to connect to the one that I'm going to make above the roof of the nether. Now there's actually a mathematical way to do this, because one block in the nether is worth like 7 in the overworld or something like that. You just got to divide it properly. But I figured, you know, let's just wing it and see what happens. Okay, this is not what I hoped it was going to connect to a portal I already made, but it did not. Okay, let's figure out where we are. Yeah, okay, wow, we were not even close. We're going to have to move the portal in the nether roof farther over the direction I'm heading in the overworld. We need to move it that same direction in the nether. This is going to be attempt number 2. Let's see how close we get to the portal that is above the stone generator. That is the end goal, the one we want to end up on. Okay, for those of you who don't know, that circular thing is my house, so we just need to go on the other side of that. We're closer. We're definitely closer. Attempt number 3. Come on, please. Please. Son of a gun. We missed it again. Alright, I'm feeling good about this one. What is this, attempt number 4? 5? 4? Something like that? Come on. Come on. Wait, this is it. This is it. We got it. Let's go. We finally got our portals connected. This specific one to one in the roof of the nether. Now we build the spawning platforms for the piglins above the portal in the nether, and we know that when they go through that portal, they'll teleport to the portal above our stone generator in the overworld. Now the piglins will be falling down this long tube, so I'm going to enclose it in glass, just as an extra precaution to make sure none of them escape somehow. There we go. We finished putting glass around the whole thing. As you can see, no piglin that spawns in through this portal should be able to go anywhere but down onto those hoppers. I decided I could use a few more shulker boxes, so I went hunting in the end for some shulker shells, which didn't take very long to find, because using elytra to find end cities is actually pretty easy. Next, we fill those shulker boxes with as many magma blocks as we can find. The last kind of rare item that we need for this is turtle eggs, and you can make turtles lay eggs by giving them seagrass. Hey, here we go. Hello, my friends. Oh my goodness, look, it's a baby turtle. This thing is tiny. Make it to the ocean, man. Make it to the ocean. I'll protect you. He made it. Let's go. He's a 1%er. Oh, holy cow. 4 more? You are a complete legend. So I was preparing myself to do a lot of building for this farm, and then I had a friend offer to help me build the farm. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'm down. So this is Mini Toast. He's going to be helping me with the piglin farm. You should probably hold shift, bro. You can. It won't burn you if you crouch, but if you stand up regularly, it will.
Dude, I could die, bro. Hold on.
Shift.
Oh, that's right. I can crouch.
This guy. So eventually, what's gonna happen is I'm gonna open one of these trap doors, and I'm gonna put a turtle egg in there, and then all these guys are gonna try to run towards it, and they're gonna fall down, and that's how they get trapped in there.
So we gotta build the trap doors all the way up, basically, right?
Pretty much.
Oh.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Did you use the totem?
Yeah, it just blew up, bro.
Why did you fly in at like Mach 7, bro?
Dude, I don't know how to slow down.
Just, if you're going a direction, turn around midair and it'll slow you down like a lot.
I did that maneuver, bro. With
Alright.
the totem. And it flew me
Bro.
head first into like a wall.
You can't, I just saw it out of the corner of my screen. You came in flying like 100 miles an hour and just hit the ground, bro. So as I kind of already explained to Mini Toast, zombie piglins hate turtle eggs. So if I put them inside these trap doors, they should get the zombie piglin to walk towards the center of this farm and fall down to where the portal is. At which point they'll get teleported to the overworld and fall into my collection system. Just stay here on the platform. Keep this area logged in. I'm gonna check out what it looks like in the overworld. I'm not seeing any pop out on this side. What the? Okay, I'm coming back real quick. Alright, I'm gonna... Interesting. I decided to go through the portal myself to see what was going on. What? Why does this portal exist? I'm so confused. My portal didn't link up to where it was supposed to go, so I tried it again. And yet again, it didn't link up to where I hoped it would. Turns out I was off by a couple blocks with where I needed this portal to be, which meant the whole farm was off by a couple blocks. Now as you can see here, I tried putting a turtle egg behind this portal to lure some of the piglins over, but the farm really just wasn't running how I had hoped it would. It took me a while to actually come to the decision, but I figured the best thing to do was probably to just rebuild the majority of it over the right spot. But this quickly ran me into two more problems. One, because of the way I adjusted the farm, it ended up being a lot higher than it was supposed to be, and a lot of the piglins were dying upon impact. And two, the ones that did survive, most of them were standing on top of the nether portal instead of going inside of it. First thing I did was make a little device to push the piglins off the top of the portal, which I admit is not looking like it's the most effective, but you know, we're trying here. I then put a layer of cobwebs near the bottom, so instead of falling to their death, the piglins would get stuck in the cobwebs and then fall from a much less severe height. Then I added a couple more layers to the mechanism that's supposed to push the piglin off the top of the portal, hoping that would be a little bit more effective. And I mean, I'm not too sure how I feel about it, but we're gonna leave it like that for now. I decided to use the same method of cobwebs on this end of the farm as well to save the piglins from fall damage. Originally, I was planning to have the farm be fully automatically giving me XP. That's why I made it so tall in the first place, so they would die from fall damage, and then I would get their XP. But I ran into a few snags on doing that properly, and so I was like, fine, you know, I just need to get this thing going. So I'll put cobwebs, I'll save them from fall damage. Whenever my pickaxe is low, I'll just turn around and I'll kill all the piglins in this tube and get XP that way. Once we logged in our second account in the nether and got this thing up and running, this farm started working pretty well. You get a lot of zombie piglins. Whoa, 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 where did all you guys come from? What? Good news is the disposal system is working properly. Bad news is we're getting breached by zombie piglins somehow. I'm gonna go into the replay software that I use to record the third person perspectives and see if I can figure out what's going on. So I'm watching this back and I'm trying to figure out how they're getting to me, right? I think one just spawned in on the ground here. Did bro just spawn in? How did he get what? Bro just spawned in and then went to attack me. Oh my, what? He's coming out of my storage system? Why are they just spawning in? What? Where did you two come from? This guy spawns in, and then this guy spawns in over here. Meanwhile, I have no idea, and then just boom, they start attacking me. Yeah. So I don't know exactly why they're just spawning in, but I'm just gonna break the staircase so they can't get up to me and attack me while I'm, you know, using the farm and mining the stone. So I guess that'll be like a band-aid fix. Besides, we gotta get going. This mountain's not gonna just build itself. Although, that'd be pretty cool. Oh no. I just accidentally mined through the roof to where the water is in the machine, and it spilt everywhere. I imagine it definitely broke some redstone as well. Alright, we were able to fix it. Luckily it wasn't that bad. I replaced the parts that I broke with obsidian so they're not as easier to break next time. I'm just gonna sit here and mine a bunch of stone, and hopefully next time I see you I'll have enough stone to start building the mountain. So it's been quite a while, and as you can see we have lots of stone. Not every single one of these double chests are full, but most of them are. So I'm going to go ahead and start laying the foundations for the mountain and seeing how far this stone takes us. If we have to come back and remine some more, we'll do that. So basically I divided up this mountain into 8 different sections, and we're just going to go one by one, filling up the walls of each section. And boy oh boy, does this take a long time. It is really cool to look back after you finish a large chunk, a large section of the mountain, but oh my goodness, it is a time consumer, that is for sure. Now that the mountain is pretty much finished, I'm just putting sandstone on the top of it now because the Colosseum is going to be made out of sandstone. Let's go ahead and check the plan. So here's the plan. It looks like there's 2 parts. We have the mountain and the Colosseum. We finished mountain, so the next step you might think would be Colosseum. Here's the thing, I forgot to add a step. At the base of the mountain, I want to put like a village. So that'll be step 2, and then Colosseum will be step 3. So I was spamming the replay mod a little bit too much when I got this low disk space message on my game. So when I quit the game to try to fix that and then log back in, for some reason I had lost all my achievements. I was afraid that I was gonna lose the mountain I just built, but I didn't. The mountain was still there. But all my achievements were. So throughout the rest of the video, you're gonna see me unlocking new achievements. Pretty basic ones too. I just thought I'd explain that so it didn't look, you know, super sketchy for some reason while I'm getting all these new achievements. First thing we need to do is flatten out the land by the mountain. So I moved the beacon over here because I don't think I'm going to be using the stone generator anymore. I hope. I hope. It's actually kind of crazy how fast you can just like insta mine with haste 2 and an efficiency 5 pickaxe. And just like that, we have a whole flat section to work with once we fill in all these little holes. We mined out a lot actually, and you can tell because the beacon was once on top of the ground where we were. So all that underneath is what we mined out. I worked on a few different village house designs that I think look pretty good. So my plan is to just make a bunch of villager houses that are pretty similar. They might look a little bit different, and just spam as many of them as we can fit in this whole area. And that's how we're gonna make our village. All right, first villager house done. I think it's pretty good. So now we just gotta make like 50 more of them. Okay, one, that's a painting I've never seen before, and two, I don't like looking at it, but I can't stop for some reason. I don't know what's going on right now. But look, I made a noodle shop. Anyways. Oh my goodness, that creeper scared the crap out of me. I did not see it until... Oh my gosh! I gotta get out of here. All right. So we went around, we've added pathways and lamps and stuff and smaller lamps around the whole town. This is the only restaurant there is in the whole city, but it's probably a pretty good one. And yeah, I think this is a good little town here, good little village. It took way longer than I thought it was going to take to build, and it's still not even like that big of a village, to be honest with you, but it took way longer than like building the mountain did, and that's just because everything's more intricate and you have to keep getting materials and stuff. But yeah, here we are. Now we can move on to the next part. So we're going to build a little pathway all the way up this mountain here to the very top, which is the pathway that the villagers would use to walk up to the Coliseum whenever they wanted to go, you know, watch the games or whatever. Alright, it's not the most complicated or craziest looking staircase, but it'll do. And here's what it looks like in the daytime. This is before I put the lanterns on it. So we need a ton of sandstone to build a Coliseum out of sandstone on top of that thing. Up to this point in the video, whenever I needed sandstone, I would just find a desert biome and then dig down, because usually a few layers underneath the sand is just a bunch of sandstone. However, I thought there's probably a better way to do this. For those of you who don't know, you can create one sandstone with 4 sand, which is interesting because I've heard of things called sand dupers before, which duplicate sand, you know, given the name. So I was thinking, if I build a sand duper to get basically infinite sand, then that will also give me basically infinite sandstone. So Mini Toast and I went off to go and try to build a sand duper. We gotta break the end portal frames.
The end portal frames? As in like the eyes?
Like the blocks to hold the eyes, yeah. They're normally unbreakable, but there's a way to do it. So place the mushroom there. And then hit it with a couple bone meal until it grows. Holy. Oh. And then, yeah, check this out. Now the end portal frames just like glitched out.
So weird. What?
And just like that, there are no more end portal frames. Alright, so we'll start off like this. Grab some sticky pistons and redstone dust. And we put 3 sand there, there, and there. Now if we turn this on, the sand should jump around. Yes, perfect. This one's working, this one's working, and this one's working. See how it's like teleporting from up here to like on top of the 3 slime blocks over here? It should be working on this end. The only thing is we need someone here on this end and someone in the end, like AFK, to keep it moving. So if I jump in here, as you guys can see, it's working. Sand is flying all over the place. I just hooked up these chests to work as a collection system, so all we have to do is AFK here for a little bit till we get a bunch of sand, turn that sand into sandstone, and then boom, we can start construction of the Coliseum. We finally made it to step 3 of the plan. It is time to build the Coliseum. So we're gonna start with a circle on the ground, well I guess a line, and then a circle, maybe 2 lines, whatever, it doesn't matter. But that is basically going to be the width of this Coliseum. which I think is about 128 blocks, 127, I think I dropped one somewhere. Let's just build a gigantic circle. That's step one. I've never built a Colosseum before, just so you guys know. Well, not like a big one, or one that I ever thought looked good. So what is up? I swear these guys pop up like 3 times a day. My guys, you ever heard of the game of Spleef? Looks a little something like that. Better luck next time, my friends. Let's take a look at it. That looks pretty circular to me, and it looks like we got just about as close to the edge as would be comfortable. Sweet. Goodness, I don't know if I made this stadium, this mountain big enough, man. Like, when I think about it, we're gonna have to bring in the stands all the way to like, the stands like up to like here. So the actual arena isn't gonna be that big, I don't think. So let's say from like here to here where that column is, like that's enough to like be a bit of a stadium, right? And then the rest will just be seating. Like the rest, all of this is just gonna be seating. So if we think about it, a Colosseum, it's basically just arches and pillars just stacked on top of each other like a bunch. And it's difficult because I'll tell you why it's difficult. I'll tell you why it's difficult right now. Because it's not all flat. You know, it's this face is like 2, 3, 4, 5. This face is 6 blocks wide. This one's 4. This one's 3. This one's 3, 2, 2, 2, 2. Like what? So let's just say we try to make each gap roughly 3 blocks wide. Here, 1, 2, 3. Here, and then if we went up a little bit. Like, is that what we're looking for here? Something kind of like that. This wall probably is part of this arch and the next arch. So a 3 block gap, 1, 2, 3. Like that. And then like that, I mean, it's, how do you do this on a curved line? How do you do this? I mean, it looks fine from like way over here, but the closer you get to it, the more you're like, This is so difficult. What is going on? First layer done. The arches actually look kind of cool. So now we just got to stack another layer of arches on top, and then another one on top of that, and then another layer on top of that, and just keep on doing that. Alright, we have gone several layers up and it's looking pretty good. This is actually starting to really excite me on how this is going to come out. Dang, it even looks sick down from the village. Okay, alright, let's keep on moving. Right now I'm trying to work on the seating that'll lead straight towards the arena in the center. Alright guys, there's a lot of trial and error with this thing, but I think it turned out pretty good. I think it turned out pretty solid. An arena worthy of being on top of a mountain. There are no stairs up to this, second story bit. I don't know if I'm going to put them or not, or just have them here for show. Anyway, something that I want to do now, something that maybe some of you don't know you can do, is, you have your standard firework rockets, but they don't do anything. What you can make is firework rockets that explode in a bunch of beautiful colors and whatnot, which would be pretty sick. So I am going to make a bunch of those, and I mean a bunch, and I'm gonna put them in dispensers up on this very top row, so that way whenever I want to, let's say we're having some sort of an event, imagine the stands are filled, the stadium is full, and the event is about to start, we hit a button over here or something, and then a bunch of fireworks shoot up into the sky. Hopefully they can all be rendered. I hope they're close enough to be rendered. That is the next step on the agenda. However, it has been a problem because, one, the ingredients are very expensive. to make these firework rockets. So that will be a problem. And two is that, no surprise, we're going to need lots and lots of gunpowder. And right now I have two. I have 2 gunpowder. Now I had a creeper farm, but that whole segment of the world has been rendered unusable, corrupted or something. I don't know what's wrong with it. One day I logged back on, and whenever I go near that part of the world, my game like glitches out, and I'm afraid I'm gonna die and lose the hardcore world. So I haven't really looked into it, and I just kind of stay away from that area of the world. But regardless, the creeper farm is in that part of the world. We're gonna make another creeper farm because we need tons of gunpowder. That's what I'm getting at here. We need to tame some cats for this creeper farm because creepers are of course scared of cats. Alright team, do we have the capacity to teleport from here to there? That's pretty far. I'm not too sure about it. Let's give it a shot. This is pretty... Oh, I'm impressed. We'll slide this guy into the corner. You can turn around if you want. You will bring over to this corner. What was I doing again? What was the point of this whole thing? Gunpowder, rock, fireworks. Right. Some fireworks. Man, we need so many more ingredients than just gunpowder, and this took a while. But the efficiency is unmatched. Look, we got 2 in like a minute. Just kidding, it's really not that great. Okay, unfortunately, kind of without thinking, I built this creeper farm over a gigantic cave system, which in turn gives mobs much more room to spawn other than up in the creeper farm, which is why you are supposed to build the farms over an ocean. I'm going to try lighting up as much of the cave system as I can. But you can see, if mobs can have all of these places to spawn, why would they spawn in the creeper farm, you know? And I think that was the fatal flaw as to why I was getting about 1 creeper per minute. Dang, this is a big cave system. Yeah, that was definitely the issue. We're getting way more creepers now. Now that we have all the gunpowder, let's go ahead and get the whole dispenser system set up. We have made 42 dispensers. Hopefully that will be enough, although I'm not quite sure. I'm thinking 1 here, 1 there, there, and there. I mean, about that far spread apart all the way across the whole circle. Okay, I actually made it almost all the way around the circle. We just have this last quadrant, if you will. Right now we just need to kill some spiders to get some string so we can make some bows, so we can make the last of the dispensers, and then we can go on to the next step. Now we need a bunch of redstone to connect all the dispensers. Okay, accidentally mined into a pool of lava, and then I stood up, right? So I couldn't actually go back. I was kind of looking at my phone when I ran into the lava too, so I wasn't really paying attention. So I kept on trying to back out, and it took me way too long to figure out that I could not back out. After I place all this redstone down, I'm gonna go through and put redstone repeaters in between pretty much every single dispenser. That way we have a strong signal throughout the whole circular envelopment. Yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying right now. Here's where we run into a problem. We have to figure out a way to get a redstone signal all the way from down here, up here, to these dispensers, and make it look at least somewhat decent. Here's why it gets kind of tricky. Redstone obviously just doesn't go straight up walls, although that'd be pretty nice. Now I guess you could try to solve this issue by just using like a staircase, but I mean you can't make it too small because then you cut this redstone off there, so then you'd have to like go up here, and it just takes a lot of room, especially when you got to try to fit in redstone repeaters to power the whole thing, and you can't connect those unless you have a longer straight line. So you'd have to go all the way out here, and before you know it, you just have yourself a big mess, right? Well, once again, I did some research. I think I found a method that would be my perfect solution to this problem. The only thing is I need slime blocks, and while I do have 19 in this chest, I actually need more than 19, so on an adventure we go. I do have a slime chunk underneath me, but that's not a super efficient way to do it. I think the best way is going to have to be via trial chambers, because trial chambers, sometimes they have spawners of slimes, and you can get a bunch of slime, believe it or not. So I traded for some more emeralds here, and I believe it's not you. One of these guys, one of them Yes, trial explorer map. I need a compass. Okay, so there's a trial explorer map 39. I'll go ahead and buy one of those from you. And then trial explorer map 42. I'll go ahead and buy that one. A little preemptive measure. Looks like we need to go southwest. Oh, we're getting some color on our map. I just want a chill entrance. Look at my character. Yep, just fought some skeletons, you know. Doesn't look like we had any luck with this trial chamber, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna make my way to the next one. Slime? Oh, yes! We found a slime spawner. Let's go. Is that a slime spawner? We found 2! So these spawners reset every 20 or 30 minutes, something like that. So if I need to, I can just sit here and farm it as much as I need. We're gonna go ahead and drink one of these bad omen bottles, which should, I think, reset these spawners on a harder method. Okay, yeah. Look at that. Altogether we have 52. We're gonna go to the back side of the Colosseum over here, and right behind this glowstone segment. I want to right behind that glowstone segment. It should pop up right here, which should be perfect. So let's break these 2 slots. We are going to run a redstone signal out the back here. Here we're going to put a sticky piston followed by some slime. And so what should happen, if I place a lever down and flick it, this should activate a redstone signal all the way up to the top. Right. I forgot a big, important, very important step. See, this is how you know I don't actually work with redstone, because I don't know what I'm doing. You need blocks of redstone in the whole contraption. I'm not sure why I expected this to work without redstone, at least even at the top. That's kind of crazy. Okay, now it should work. Alright, what in the world is going on? Oh, wait, is it because the slime blocks are touching the wall? Alright, so as we're building it up, we gotta break every block that's touching the slime blocks, because I feel like that's definitely the problem. Hey, finally. Now I think it'll go up, but now I don't think it'll come down. It went up, it went down. Really? I don't know. Oh no, wait, it's bringing all these blocks up. I got stuck here for a little bit trying to activate the dispensers from the redstone signal that was being pushed up at the top of the Colosseum. But eventually I found the solution, which came in the form of observers. That facing this way, so that when the redstone block comes up, the observer will see it, activate a redstone charge, and then we'll just connect that here. Man, I hope this works. Another observer here, redstone there, and I guess so it connects there. Anyway, so when the redstone pops up, both these observers will notice, hey, something's in front of my face. Maybe it'll work if I just like that. Do you guys see it? Do you guys see the little burst of redstone? I don't know if you noticed, but that shoots all throughout the circle. We can make a redstone clock down here. Same idea we used for the pistons on the piglin farm. It's a repeating, activating redstone circle, basically. At the flick of this switch. So this is turning on and on and on, and this is going up, which should be getting in front of the observers, which should be activated, which should push this redstone block in front of the observers, which constantly activates each of the dispensers. And then once we load it with fireworks, they should work. Now here's the recipe for the fireworks that I'm making. You need to combine diamonds, glowstone dust, fire charges, gunpowder, and then whatever dye you want that'll change the color of the firework. That'll give you a firework star. Then you take those firework stars and you combine them with paper and anywhere from 1 to 3 gunpowder, depending on how long you want the firework to fly. And it's as simple as that. That's how you get your fireworks. Now I'm going to take all the fireworks I made and load 5 of each different color that I made into the dispensers. So that way when all the fireworks are going off, they're all going to be different colors. The order will totally be random, and hopefully it'll look really cool. The last thing I wanted to do was make some black concrete and put that in front of the walls of like the openings of the Colosseum. So it looks like it's just dark and not just, you know, a room with a bunch of empty torches back here. All right, let's clean all this stuff up. Let's get it out of the way of the arena. And then tonight we're gonna set off all the fireworks and just watch it all happen. Oh my goodness, there's so much stuff. Come over here to the big storage row of floating chests. All right, sunset is coming. We gotta move. Hurry up, hurry up. All right, we did it. We picked it all up. We picked up all the stuff. Wow, that's a cool view. That's a cool view. All right, guys, you know what time it is. Here we go. Right now this Coliseum's empty, but maybe we gotta put it to use in the future. Maybe with some sort of tournament. Maybe, maybe not. It's just an idea, but I think that could be pretty cool. Don't forget to subscribe, my friends. Have a good rest of your day.